You know, Wall Street could be a very tough place, tough to make money, certainly the last couple of days. But, you know, these guys, for all their pedigree degrees and all of that, you know, they're human beings. And they were hurt during the Obama years, especially when they were called fat cats and didn't care, and they were selfish and greedy. So they went back at the president, said, oh, no, you didn't. They didn't say it like that. But they got mad at the guy. And they started raising a lot of money to defeat the guy. And it didn't work because the guy got reelected. And now Tom Belesis, who was practically a ringleader to try to get the president thrown out of office, now has a big old target on his hiney. Tom is with John Thomas Finance. He's the CEO. He's a former Romney superdelegate, raised a lot of money for Republicans in general. So are you feeling like Custer right now, or what?
I'm not, Neil. I mean, obviously, a lot of people other than hedge funds, financial services are disappointed with the outcome of the election. But as you know, everyone says, throughout great challenges comes great opportunity. I think the big issue now is regulation. That's what all the financial services areas and people within that industry are going to focus on, because you have Dodd-Frank. And to think about only 50% of Dodd-Frank are implemented.
Well, the president's going to say, we've heard Tom, you know, whining about Dodd-Frank. We've heard Tom about the financial. He lost. Those issues were not important to voters. The voters didn't give a katuckus about Wall Street. What do you say? You
know, I say that, you know, we have to look beyond that. I mean, he won the election fair and square. The people spoke. Now we have to look forward, and we have to look to the...
Why didn't all the Wall Street money help?
I mean...
Do you think it actually boomeranged on it?
You know what? I think ultimately, you know, we are a minority now compared to what's happened out there in the world,
but
right?
Now you might be a big target.
You know what?
You worried about that?
No, not at all, because I think ultimately, you know, if you're doing the right business, you're doing it in a way where it's not going to come out, you know, in a way like it did back in 2008, where a few banks put these crazy products together that really blew up the economy. You know, we're not in that type of business. So I think the people that are doing the business the right way are not going to have any issues. As a matter of fact, you know, I just hired a chief risk officer from the SEC to come on board to keep us intact with the new and up-and-coming regulation. So that way,
is actually very PR smart.
We did it because, you know what, that's the time that we're in right now, and we have to be very smart about it.
Here's what I think, and I knowing the president and his people in this respect very well, because I'm very connected to the landscaper and the gardener and the cook. I think he's a vindictive person. I don't say that disparagingly. I think when you get to be that powerful, it should be in your DNA to be vindictive. Here's the difference. He says he's not. And I can remember in the battles with Fox, I expected us to be childish and say, why don't you come on Fox and all that stuff. I don't expect my president to be, of either party. But he is. It just is.
Sure.
Now, he got reelected. It is what it is. But he's big on saying, I don't pay attention to the chatter on the air, I don't watch Fox, I don't know this. But you know, everything I've said about him or on a policy, he repeats back to people. I know this because I'm powerful. I say this facetiously to make this point. He will not forget how Wall Street went after him. And he will not lift a finger for you. What do you think of that?
Let's look back 2008 when he got elected. Wall Street raised a lot of money for Obama.
And look at the thanks he gave.
Right. He came out, he demonized Wall Street, fat cat bankers.
He sees it only one way.
Correct. You know, why would anyone else think he'd change?
So whatever you did wouldn't have changed things?
That's my belief.
Do you see any hint of a growth policy out of him or addressing even this fiscal?
I do believe, based on what's happened over the last 4 years, he got elected now from the aspect of economy's getting better, let's move it forward, let's stay with these policies. So now, from a bipartisan approach, if they can cooperate, both Republicans and Democrats, and focus on the overall economy to get people back to work, you never know what can happen, Neil.
So
you know, I'm an optimist.
You think he could be a bigger person than he's proved to be? He could be a different person.
I'm always a believer that people can change.
You've been drinking before you came on the show. All right, Thomas, we'll see what happens. You're still without power, right?
I am.
Amazing.
You know, unfortunately, you know, hearts and prayers go out to the people that have no homes, and unfortunately,
incredible.
People that,
but you can relax because FEMA's on top of it. You should have everything back any minute.
That is correct.
Tom Belesis, thank you very, very much.